Hello everyone. Spring has sprung here in Edmonton, which means it's time for another Slow Jam. Welcome to Alberta Slow Jam number 4. I'm Guyan with Genome Studios, and I will be your host today. Dawson has his nose to the grindstone, so I've taken up the mantle, and we wish him well because he's making video games. Excellent. Now, let's talk a little bit about Alberta Slow Jam. Alberta Slow Jam was hosted as a means to, provide a jam and a jamming environment, which of course is always a really great way to, build and practice your expertise in making video games, but in an environment that is far more built around, healthy balance of, the stress and the pressures. You're not, cramming this ginormous crunch, stay up all night, stay up all day, thing over a weekend. This is meant to be healthful and beneficial, and something that can allow us to thrive as we pursue, the many fields that capture making video games. You can join our Discord to, stay in touch with what's going on, see the news and activity going on. Of course, you can also meet your potential jam partners and stuff there. We have our YouTube channel, which has all of our former announcements and showcases, and we'll be hosting these particular ones as well. And of course, you can join the jam and set up your team and project on our itch page for this particular jam. Now, the schedule for this event is that, of course, we will have the theme reveal right now today, a little bit down, further down this presentation, which is Friday, May 22nd. From May 22nd at 6 p.m. Until Friday, June 5th at 6 p.m., which is 2 weeks, we get to jam. Of course, again, consider the fact that it is a 2-week span. And of course, stay balanced and, handle your time with some grace. And then finally, we wrap up the next day on June 6th with a closing presentation and showcasing the jammers' work. And that's a wrap. If you are in Edmonton, by all means, join us at Walkthrough Collaborative Center here on the south side in White Ave. As on Friday, we will be having a wrap-up day, work day, and then Saturday we will have both the online presentation as well as some local demo playing, jam playing. So if you have the opportunity, come on down. That would be great. We'd love to have you. Now, ground rules. Be kind. We have absolutely zero tolerance for any form of discrimination, harassment, bullying, otherwise treating people poorly. This is supposed to be a healthy and positive environment to, stimulate anyone, regardless of their level of experience and expertise, to learn and grow in developing video games. So if you find yourself or anyone else experiencing this kind of treatment, by all means, contact the Alberta Slow Jam mods, either privately through DMs or in any other ways that you may want to. The organizers are us, Erzet, Guyan, Ali. You can also tag @organizer on the Discord if you see anything going on there as well. Also, Dawson is an organizer, but we'll leave him alone to do his work. Just wanted to leave him there because, of course, Alberta Slow Jam 4 couldn't exist without 1, 2, and 3 preceding it. So the ground rules. Assets can be made, asset store things can be downloaded online and stuff like that. That's completely appropriate. We, of course, invite you to build assets, audio assets, art assets, whatever it may be, during the jam period, as of course that is yet another field of expertise to develop for video games. And the itch page will immediately lock out after 4 p.m. On June 6th, so be sure to have drafts and revisions of your project leading up to that, so that if you overshoot, you don't end up being locked out. And as it says here, build frequently. Build your project when you start. Build it every day if you can. Build, 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 because you do not know what may come after you decide to click that build button. In my experience, it can be quite a frantic experience. Some tips. Take breaks. Burnout is absolutely a thing. It comes from not just doing game development, but having your own entire life on top of the game development and the jam. You know, of course, sleep and manage yourself, eat. That's all very, very important. And especially it's part of the ethos of the jam itself. So definitely don't hesitate. Don't guilt yourself out of taking care of yourself. We invite you to communicate with everybody in the jam on our Discord and stuff like that. You know, collaboration, sharing your experience and stuff is all, you know, really wonderful to have. And what a perfect opportunity and time to, you know, be gathered at a collective point that we can interact with each other. Ask for help. There's so much knowledge available in your peers and your colleagues, and it does not hurt at all to reach out and try and ask for help or clarity or feedback anywhere throughout this jam. So again, don't feel guilty, don't hesitate, just go after it. You know, we're all here for the same reason, and we're all excited to help. Make a Discord server or a WhatsApp channel group or something to, you know, collaborate and collect with your team. Somewhere where you can share your ideas and gather, you know, concepts and things about that. It always really helps to have a good place and gathering point to bring all your disparate thoughts and plans and concepts and, you know, work it out with your team. Again, build your game, build it over and over and over. It's always good to make sure that it's actually going to work and happens. And of course, you know, try and update your itch with it too. Again, just so that you have anything if things go wrong. I also would recommend versioning software, although that can be a bit of a mess when you're setting it up for the first time for a project that's only 2 weeks long. But Git is your friend. Version software is your friend. And of course, have fun. Jams are not supposed to be so serious that you're not having a good time. Again, look at the window that it's 2 weeks, that you should be, you know, balanced and healthful in this process. And part of that is have fun, you know, enjoy yourself, enjoy what you're doing, and find out what that balance then means, contrary to, you know, pushing yourself and hurting yourself and making it not fun. So again, just let's have a good time. Now, here's a bit of a tease on the actual jamming. The diversifiers. So these are not the actual core theme, but little challenges, achievements that you can tie in to your project to see what kind of interesting concepts you can build. We always have our core on the left, and then some, you know, bonus special ones for this particular jam. Let's go through them. Deja vu. Incorporate last jam's theme into your game. So Alberta Slow Jam 3 was branching out. You may be able to combine this concept with our theme. International. Create a game that can be understood regardless of what language the player speaks. These are incredible practices when you can actually pull it off, as communication without language is quite an interesting skill to have. Pacifist run. Create a game with no combat. Not that combat's bad, but there are other ways to tell stories and share experiences in video games than just combat. Alberta Proud. Incorporate mountains, the prairies, the wheat, and other symbols of Alberta's flag and, you know, identity. One of them being, I'll be seeing you. Have a great horned owl in your game, which is Alberta's provincial bird. And then another really fun one, swap meet. Exchange some assets with each other. If you've made a song, made a track, made a sound effect, made an effect, give it a mix, share it with some people, and see what you can make do with it. Also gives us, of course, another chance to connect with each other and contact each other and communicate, which is always really good. Now, for this jam's special diversifiers, vintage. Add a vintage object or aesthetic. Juicy, which comes from an older one. Add particles, screen shake, or other juicy effects to your project. This is always a great one to practice polishing up the final experience. Binary, duality, or literally ones and zeros. Whatever your pick, you go for it. These are always up for interpretation, and we'd love to see what you can pull together. Scared of heights, include verticality in your game. I am email. Include messaging in some form. Again, interpret that openly. What can messaging mean? Undone, include a form of undo. Again, you could go for the very, very straight up interpretation, but what else could be undone? Side quest, not the main quest. Let's do a side quest. And another one from previous jams that were just so good to not include again. Anti-theme. Include the opposite elements of any of these themes, any of the themes or diversifiers. I want to know what y'all come up with anti-messaging. Sounds pretty interesting. But yeah, no, diversifiers, and of course, just mark down the ones that you've tried to accomplish in your itch submission, because then we can see what came into the thing. And now, without further ado, let's get into the theme. The theme for Alberta Slow Jam number 4 is... I'm going to let this one percolate for just a little bit. Enjoy that funky view. Second hand. So, the theme for this jam is second hand. Once again, I hope that it gives you some titillating ideas and some ways to find some obscure interpretation of it, because, I don't know, this one just seems really, really cool. So, we now have our theme and our diversifiers. Do your best to maintain a professional and friendly attitude and hold this environment for everybody. If you haven't and you're part of the Alberta populace, by all means join some of our organizations, our Discord servers that are held by some of the figures here around Alberta. There's the Alberta Game Developers Discord, which mostly captures Edmonton. There's the Lethbridge Game Developers Guild, Calgary Game Developers Association. The Alberta Game Jam is the Alberta Global Game Jam branch. And we will have links to those in the description of this video and on the other links in the Discord channel. And, of course, happy jamming, have fun. We are so excited to see what you all come up with, and let's get her going. We've got 2 weeks. See you on the other side. Bye.